Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thoth Tuesday. My name is Fonnie D, and I will be reading the messages that the cards throw out. I channel through the cards, and I also am a dreamer. So a lot of my dreams have come true. We have a lot of things going on in our world right now, and a lot of us are just have this big question mark over our head, like, what just happened? Today is April Fool's Day for one of 2025. It's a 14, which goes down to a 5. And we know 5 is change. We're going to read a little bit more up on the 5. But there is a lot of things going on. And I'm going to cover a few things to look for. I've noticed I don't watch TV much at all. But I've noticed I go over some friend's house every night and they always have the TV going. And I've been looking at some things and they couldn't get over how beautiful this sunset and this mountains and stuff were the other day. And I look over, and as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that doesn't look real. I mean, it does, but it's like meta. Are they incorporating meta with our life? Start noticing like some of the reels, there's two people on there. You can pretty much tell they're fake. So I'm thinking that they are integrating like holograms, AIs that are not real people, but they look like it. But like I said, I'm assuming the veil for me is really thinning because I see a lot of the corruption. I see a lot of the evil. I feel it. And I noticed something that it doesn't matter what they get rid of unless we are willing to work on self and change self. Nothing changes in in our surroundings. We have to work on self. That is so important. And there's too many of us going around trying to point a finger and fix somebody else because it is really easy to look at somebody talking and get a different perception on what they have going on. And you're like, I didn't get that perception off. So we're getting different. If you put four people in a room, ask them the same question, they'll each have a different version. So that is what we're going through right now. It's like, pay close attention to your surroundings. I really can't get away from, I keep getting flashes of the state fair. My husband thinks I'm a nut, but I keep getting flashes of the state fairs. They started in the 20s, I think. And they could go in and build a city in like 6 months with their little chisel and hammer and their wagons, which is so to me made up. Now that I'm awake more, thinking of the stories that they were telling us, uh, they were metaphors, not the truth. But I'm sure mixed in there with their little metaphors is the truth of things. So we have to keep our antennas up because there's a lot of things that doesn't seem real. Now they are going to push the universal income. And what I'm assuming is we are going to get the universal income. Some people will still want to work. That will be fine. Some people won't want to work. Some people might want to go off and do art or something they've always wanted to do, take pictures, write books, things that they were never able to do because they had a 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday and another part-time job on the weekends, and then they got a family. And they have been keeping us so busy, we can't love what we do. And even if we do love what we do, we're usually away from our family so much that they don't even know our name anymore. So that's where I am right now. I did have a lot of channeled messages, and as we go through these cards, I'm sure I will cover some of them. We're going to start out with, oh, there I go yawning again. You know, have you guys been tired? I have been on and off tired, and I actually went to the doctor about a week ago, and I said to him, I said, I am really tired. What is up with this? And he says, well, take a nap. I'm like, I don't want to be tired all the time. So yeah, it's on and off though. It was like for a few days I was really tired, and then I was fine the next day, and then fine for a few days, and now I'm drained. Today I was drained again. So I assume it's energy waves going through the skies, and they've been spraying a lot. Our skies are gray. And I got this flash in my mind that I haven't been able to take a beautiful sunset picture this year. And every year I take beautiful sunset pictures where we live. There hasn't really been any amazing sunsets. They're just like light yellow, and then they're gone. So they're not that deep orange and pink and caramel coated skies and just like it used to be. And it's not there anymore. The clouds, you can't make anything out of them. I don't see Mickey. I see like lines of clouds, like ripples of clouds. Um, I can just imagine going to kindergarten and the teacher says, draw the sky. These kids will be the sun's covered up with clouds, and then there'll be ripples all over their page. But something is going to happen real soon. We are in the storm. We're coming out of the storm, but they are still going to pull out anything they can to do whatever they can to us. So just keep your feelers out. We're going to start with the Soul Helper Oracle. This deck hasn't wanted to come out for a few times, but you know what? Tonight it jumped. I wasn't gonna read it again. I'm like, I'm not gonna use that. You know, they know the meanings of most of that stuff. But I've got new followers, and I can't disregard a card that come out because it could be important. And I think it is because it's a divine message, number 3. And to me, she is floating in the water and she looks so meditated, relaxed, while the fish circle around her. And there's actually golden in the bottom of this with energy swirling around her. Dive deep into the core of your emotional world where a special alchemy lies hidden. Surrender completely to the magic of your feelings and discover deep within you an irrepresentable creative light that is ready to create beauty. Your feelings no reason, rule, or barriers. They are like water, simply streaming and flowing over all obstacles or carrying them along in their wake. The time has come to take control of your emotions, but without building walls or imposing limitations. Bring calm and serenity to your innermost feelings so that you can find and make us of the magic that lies within. Once you have brought calm into the world and mastered it, allow your feelings to govern your soul path. Sense this path and feel it, then follow it, as it is the path of your heart, the path of your pure feelings. Surrender completely to life and to the creative deep within you. Use your imagination, be expressive, dance and sing, laugh and play. Free yourself. Some might think you're foolish or totally naive, or indeed laugh at you, but they will recognize the wisdom of your actions in the end. The path of the soul is the path of the heart, too. It lies in a dimension that our minds are unable to comprehend. I'm wondering why I'm itching, and I've got a fan going because it's so hot down here, and it's sunning my hair and tickling my face. Only me. Okay. Right now, we do need to use our senses. We have senses and we need to use them instead of just our mind working. We've got to try to pick up energy. You can feel negative energy. Have you ever been near somebody and all of a sudden you get this like lowering in the gut feeling like something's not right? Yeah, that you can sense people like that. It's very easy. Now, your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the koi fish. The herbal essence oil is the lotus. The healing crystal is moonstone, and number is 3. Moonstone's one of my favorite stones. Number 3 is beautiful. It's father, son, and mother. It's divine. Number 3 indicates that now is a good time to take care of your soul families, both in this world and in others. Make contact and tell them that you love and need them. They will hear you. You will find strength, healing, and answers among those closely connected to you. This number teaches you to look at everything, to become an observer, and wisdom will come. Number three's energy field brings about diversity, creativity, energy, the overcoming of duality, and understanding and seeing the world of the divine. When we go in, when we step into this world of divine, you can feel the ripples, you can feel the emotional connection to something like that because we all have it. We all have those special gifts. We can feel things, but we're not sure what they are. So we just have to feel into it. Think about why we had it. Think about where we've come from. Now, the messenger oracle had a little message. Seek the lesson. Wisdom is born from seeking the lessons in all experiences, both the good and the bad. It is born from the awareness that everything is connected and that all happens for a reason, even when the reason remains a mystery. Embrace a new idea, new awareness, or the new knowledge that comes from listening to your internal voice and to the human and non-human teachers and messengers who will come in and out of your life. Let them inspire you to explore unknown pathways. We see a lot of unknown pathways out there, and we do need to explore them very much. Okay, now we have the Gateway of Light activation that really wanted to come out and say hi and give us some information. Got the Akashic Records come out, and this is clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. We have to release things that no longer are for us. But we have to remember because those were all learning lessons, even though we want to forget about it, we have to remember it. What I suggest is get a journal, write down your dreams, write down anything that comes that you just think about because you're channeling. Everybody is channeling things in. We just don't understand it. So start a book of maybe the bad things in life that you're trying to get over and all the beautiful things that have happened in your life. Because the beautiful things usually are more than the bad things. And look at each one of them and realize how that made you grow. What did you learn off of it? Because we are in Earth School and everything we go through is a learning experience. And nothing is hidden because the Akashic Records has all the records right there of everything we've ever said and everything we've ever done. Akashic is Sanskrit word that means ether or sky base. And as explained above, the Akashic Records are a compendium of universal events, experiences, and lifetimes held in spiritual realms. One of the founders of Theosophy described them as instructable tablets of the astral light. We can visit the Akashic Records in dreams, visions, and meditation. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all of the events that have taken place in it, and to gain information on lifetime pasts. As your angels and guides, ask your angels and guides to direct you to the energy of the Akashic Records. If you're feeling stuck or unsure, Ask the records to reveal to you an essential soul lesson or information so that you can fulfill your purpose during this lifetime. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or old aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Know that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story. You can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecisions. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson. And it is essential for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of your past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but old energies being released from your energy body. Call in angels to shine the light on any repressed fears, energies, or stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. That's what I just said. We have a lot of stories from our past. We have a lot of heartbreak, a lot of happiness, a little bit of everything. And there's certain things that I've noticed that people hang on to more of the traumatic stuff than they do the happy stuff. I learned that off my mother when she was going through dementia. She could only think of something when she was 16 years old that her brother could do that she couldn't do, and she'd always get in trouble. And it was like, Mom, you're not 16 anymore, Okay, so you didn't go up the ladder. You had to, my grandfather would lock the door if they were late. So if they were late, her brother had a ladder that went up to the bedroom, and he could take that ladder no problem. Mother was scared to death of heights. She wouldn't go up the ladder. So she had to sleep in Grandpa's car all night. And she was like envious of her brother. She's like, he never got sick. I always got sick. It was just so stupid. And, they haven't talked in like 25 years, and she passed. And she still wouldn't see him. So we've got to really, really critique these old memories that are dragging us down and wasting our energy and keeping us awake at night. And the wonder of, should I did it a different way? Why did I do it? It's too late. It's done. It's gone. But there was a lesson there. Everything on Earth School is a lesson. So go think about what that lesson was, write it down, and keep happy moments on some pages and the miserable on the, and work it out. Like, if like my mother's story, say, why am I still holding on to the fact that my brother could go up a ladder and I couldn't? Why am I so angry with him? And then write those things down that you come up in your mind, because we all have different perspectives of things. We got to think about that. Now we get a number 33 in the Intuitive Whisper Oracle, and it is a master number, and it says your soul knows, and it's got the beautiful angel wings with the white feathers, which is our guardian angels looking over us, and a beautiful portal into a waterfall. Listen to the whispers of your soul beneath the layers of confusion, thoughts, and daily patterns of behavior. There is guidance that is helping to navigate your way through life. You might not always be aware or listen, but one way or another, it is guiding you to learn the lessons you are supposed to learn. Grow in the ways you're supposed to evolve and experience life just as you are. That is not to say you don't have a huge amount of choice in the way you live your life. You do, but you also have a supportive, guiding voice that is within you, whispering. You can choose to follow the deep inner guidance or push against it and make your life more challenging. Choose the supportive path and listen to the whispers. It's going to tell you how to listen to your soul's path and listen to the whispers. The soul works through feeling rather than thinking. It is the sensation you notice when you have a life choice to make, the internal nudge that allows you to know what you truly want. Sometimes it goes against logical thinking and it's not what you want to hear. Other times it makes decisions easy. Do you allow yourself to follow the inner knowing rather than the logical thought? The choice is always yours. Next time you have a decision to make, take a breath, close your eyes, and feel the direction your soul is guiding you. That's a great message. And what's interesting is it said, listen, seek lessons, seek lessons. Everything is a lesson. Everything. Some lessons are more horrifying than others. I get it. I've had horrifying lessons, and it's like you don't want to remember it, but you do. But do you want that anger and resentment living in your world? No, you don't. You want to release it. You want to give it some information down on a tablet on how it helped you and kind of look into that because we've got a lot of triggers that we're living with. And I've been working on the triggers, and I think everybody should work on triggers. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. This is the Starseed Oracle. And this is another beautiful card. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, the development, a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within, and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at homeness and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? Now, I would write that question down. That is a question, a starseed inquiry. And I would really think about it. And I would even write down around it what you think. How are you being called to turn your gaze within? So what's calling you within? It, you can tell right away if something is calling you from within because you didn't hear it on the outside world. So, you know, We have so many. Okay, now we have the Magic Spirit Oracle. And I love it. I do love these cards. We got a 39, which is a 12, and a 3, which is a divine. Oh, I don't break that easy. Not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. The alchemist, empowerment, pain, sorceress. And I was looking at this card when it came out, and I was looking at the picture, and I'm like, oh, that's such a gorgeous picture. And but actually, if you look at it, she's flipping somebody off. She's had enough and she doesn't need you, and she's got her book and she's got her little bumblebees and her dragonflies and butterflies and all kinds of stuff around her, and she is in the cosmic. This is cosmic, yeah, I would say. I light the spark of power and strength within my heart. I love all this little writing. What little writing is. That's why I'm like, ah, okay. The hero's path, the gaining of strength, the path of empowerment, heartbreak, challenges, trauma, being underestimated, failure. Why should we let these things keep us down? Instead of seeking to use them as opportunities to overcome, take to make ourselves proud, to strengthen our minds, to become a higher human and learn from them. This is the path of the hero. Instead of letting the darkness win, the hero chooses to pursue the ultimate alchemy, turning pain into power. Not everyone is capable of this level of sorcery. For some, pain is very great and precocious the dark to the core of their beings. Only soul and stubborn persistence can undo a curse like that. Interesting. Okay. But the power does indeed exist within all of us. A hero can still grieve, fall into darkness, give up, fail again, lose hope, seek help, or honor their natural emotions. The difference is that they don't stay there. In that darkness, why would they? What would come out of it? What's good? What good wouldn't that do to Hero or anyone else? Okay, this is interesting. With the magic of faith, and sometimes the bit by bit, with the magic of faith, and sometimes the aid of others, they choose to fight on for the light of the world, refusing to let the dark side win and becoming more powerful. This is how we change the world, healing ourselves. Health heals others, which heals the sound and soul of the world. At the end of the day, finding meaning in what happens and having a purpose is unbelievable, empowering. This is what funds and fuels out power. This is a love spell that we cast upon our own hearts. It is healing. There's a big difference between having self compassion and endlessly feeling sorry for ourselves. Falling into the bottomless pit of victimhood is to become the soul that is lost in the place where no light can reach, no tree can grow. That is I like the meaning of that because a lot of people go out and they can't get over things. And when they're out running around and they're in coming within your space, it's a negative part of that. And if people are not working on themselves and totally engrossed with other people's problems, then good luck. You can heal anybody, but you got to heal yourself too. And I swear, every time I tell somebody, I know where I'm going when I pass away, they look at me like, how do you know? Well, I do know. I know. I just know. And we will always be walking through a dark night of the soul. I hate to tell you, but we always have the polarity, the positive and negative, the yin and the yang, the masculine, feminine. That's what we're supposed to be. Because the great teacher learned from spiritual experiences. He came to visit. Learn from spiritual experiences. This is what we're doing in Earth School. We're learning the good, the bad, and the ugly. Know that what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences, then share them with others. This card is inspired by the many prophets and teachers who have brought great healing to the earth. There is a great teacher in every tradition. And this card represents the one to whom you feel closer, as well as the great teacher within. The teacher wears simple clothes, here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredible experience, spiritual one. He is surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. And the dove on the card represents searching answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. This card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows that you have dedicated a lot of time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having a spiritual experience at this time and gaining a great awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There is a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you're surmounting them and allowing them to be vehicles or lessons that are helping you, your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. I had a feeling about that because I am getting so many downloads, and I've noticed that people that are not on my frequency, I am not getting along with them. Unfortunately, uh, when we start to go into the spiritual walk, you lose a lot of people. They're not ready for that. And it's okay. It really is. It's okay. I don't hold mean to anybody. I think everything is an experience and it's supposed to end or begin the way it's supposed to do. Now we got the enchant. We're going into the collective reading, the tarot oracle reading. Now, these cards in the beginning are just kind of pointing to how this is going and what we need to hear and what we need to learn. So this is basically how we're starting and what the cards are going to help us see more of. Now, we've been getting a lot of cards coming back up and back up. I shuffle the cards, I split the cards, I shuffle, 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 and I get my energy on them completely. So there's no double things without it being really double things. Number 31, dry desert. Dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. If your life, you know what? It's reversed. Okay, this isn't reversed. Okay. Where was I? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there are times when you're meant to become resilient as your journey through harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until after consistent efforts, you reach the oasis you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water essential for life can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself now. Find your truth. Let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you're in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is the most important place to find what's truly right for you. And I look at this card as her footprints stop there. So she is going across the desert. She stopped and she's looking back or ahead, actually. She's looking ahead of herself. And she's almost turning back. She's undecisive. She's not sure. So there's a lot of undecisive, not sure people out there, and it feels like a dry desert, which means it's uncomfortable. Now, our clarifier for that was the Knight of Cups. We've got some interesting clarifiers. I'll tell you, they come out and they were just like, wow. Okay. The Knight of Cups, which is the chessboard, checkmate, was reversed. That's how he come up. Disappointment, tantrums, moodiness, turmoil, avoiding conflict, vanity. Don't be too passive and don't be influenced by others. There is a risk that you may be misled, or it's important to consult an impartial person. Make sure that you are not deceived or being broken and advantageous of. The card encourages the asker to take a step back and find a way to release the heavy emotions they're carrying. They are invited to take a deeper look at their needs and feelings before jumping to conclusions. Someone is like trying to avoid like distractions and crankiness, and someone is having tantrums and they're disappointed. I mean, they're just like, this is crazy. I'm an adult, you're an adult, and you're acting like this. That's what I'm getting. It's like it's like he's looking, they're playing chess, and he's looking like, are you kidding me? Did you just make that move? That's what he's looking at. Like, really? He doesn't, he's got magic all around him, but he doesn't, oh, he's got a shell in his hand. But something's going on with that, and he's not happy. He's looking at him like so. So that That makes sense with the dry desert. This is the clarifier for the dry desert. I mean, she's uncomfortable with walking away, and he is uncomfortable with whatever he's looking at that did that to him. He's thinking about it. Somebody there did something, and somebody here can't make a decision. Next one we got was the 52, and we have been getting this one a lot, the magical map shifter, and it is a 7. Magical map shifter spirit orchestrated everyone's destiny. When the magical shapeshifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. I agree. I think people are looking for the safety and the success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be aware, awake, and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. I like that. We can always work on a better version of ourselves. And the compass is just, she's got the compass right here. She's got golden feathers, and there's a key here. So she's got everything she needs. Okay. See, now that's the people that come into your life that you have to pay attention to. And I agree because me and my husband have ran across some great people, but we've ran across some real winners. Just be careful out there and don't open your home up to strangers because that can be very dangerous. Now we had the shapeshifter, the 52, and with that we got the 7 of Pentacles. Harvest, rewards, results, growth, progress, perseverance, patience, and planning. The 7 of Pentacles represents long-term visions, substantially, and assessments. This card indicates that the asker has been cultivating their goals through hard work and determination. The 7 of Pentacles is an invitation to protect a long-term vision. Remember, the lies rewards come from the sustained efforts over time, as opposed to quick wins. The asker may feel that not enough progress has been made. Interesting. We all feel that there isn't a lot of progress being made, but you know what? There is a lot of progress being made. I've noticed a lot of things changing. A lot of things, especially the veil. We're seeing more people that either aren't there or are really corrupt or are really beautiful, one or the other. We get a number 12, and that's a 3. Slow and steady. We've got this a couple times. We have to slow down. We have to be slow and steady and enjoy life. Take a breather, take some deep breaths. I advise 3 breaths a day, deep breaths. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Same thing. If your heart is racing or you're really aggravated and you can't get that trigger away, do that. Say that and release it. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember the old cliché, slow and steady wins the race. This is a time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. Trust the taking life at a more leisurely pace will give you greater access to your dreams. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of your life. Savor them. Ooh, juicy elements of our life. What could it be? Okay, now with that one, we got the Five of Cups. And I like this card. Loss, grief, disappointment, sadness, mourning, feeling let down. The Five of Cups represents self-pity, loss, or regret. Boy, these are little too. The Querent may have recently gone through a challenging experience, such as the end of a relationship or friendship or being currently apart from a loved one. This card is a reminder that it's okay to feel negative emotions and to give yourself space. The grieving, however, it's also a sign not to wallow too long in self-pity, as things may not be as bad as they seem. That was hard to read too in this low light. Itty bitty words. Okay, now see this, it came up with the slow and steady. We need to do more of the meditation thought, the thinking of how we want to change ourselves and how we want to change our world around us. But it's got to be a slow and steady progress, kind of like our warped government. They're taking their time and they're doing all this stuff and then they're blaming everybody and it's just crazy. Now, that was the last one of that. Now we have a special message for the collective, and some cards flew out. So we are going to read. We're actually not going to really read them. We're going to look at them, and we can decipher them. Now, this is the Seven of Fire. And the reason I'm glad we got this is if you look at her, she is looking right at you with a butterfly on her third eye and her hands on her throat with the snake around her and the two golden felines with the lotus flower in the murky water right there in the middle, the beautiful one. This is heat intuition, a feeling of recognition, inexplainable coincidences, moments that repeat. Personal interpretation is crucial. Only you know the answers. Look beyond the surface, observe, and be aware. Yeah, this is divination and signs, heeding information, intuition, looking within and seeking answers, discovering awareness and trust. We've got to go within, and she is going within, but she wants to say something, and her throat chakra is just feel like it's closing up because she can't express it right now. And with that one, we got the Nine of Cups. And we went over to the Ocean Tarot and we got a wish. You're perfectly placed to manifest what you dream of, so make a wish. That was on the Seven of Fire, Make a Wish. Okay, we got a 19, which is emotion. And right now we are basically on a emotional roller coaster. Up and down, up and down, up and down. But they're doing it. Remember, they are doing it. There is no way that they could be spraying these guys and not our government knowing, because you know what? As soon as they come into our airspace, they would have been disintegrated. But yet they're flying around there, zoom, zoom, and they're spraying the hell out of the air and everything's gray. It's not sunny Florida anymore. It's little dismal Florida because we don't get, I've got 2 days of laying out, and that's it. Now it's dismal and it's going to rain. So I don't complain about it. I just roll with it because I like rain. But we also got a number 19, which is emotion, and that's a 10, which is goes down to a 1. Let's see. The emotion card brings a very simple message: laugh. The future is created now. So if you want to create a future that is happy and joyful, fill your present days with laughter. Create a future that is happy and joyful. Fill your present day with laughter. You needn't have a reason to laugh. You do not even need permission. Just look around yourself and laugh. Even if it seems a little inappropriate. Why? Because laughter heals, laughter inspires, laughter creates positive emotions. Be joyous and let your laughter ring. I totally agree with that. We aren't laughing as much. I spoke with a man the other day in the vape shop when I went in, and I knew he was foreign. And we started talking about stuff, and I said, "Well, where?" He said he was from Yemen, and I said, "Well, what religion do you are you Christian or like God or what?" He said, "No, he was something else that everybody here don't like." So. But he was very friendly and very nice. I said, "Oh, I don't know much about that, and I'm not real religious. I'm more spiritual." I always say I'm more spiritual than I am religious. Religion kind of makes me itch sometimes, and they're very judgmental, which they're not supposed to be, but they are. And we got the Ten of Cups for emotions, and this is completion. You can feel blessed for the life you have. It's time to celebrate. I agree. We have been drug down the road for 4 years, actually 5 years now, of this, almost 6 years, of this corrupt crap. And I think we're all really sick of it, to tell you the truth. Now, okay, I see where I am. Okay, we got the crown. And you know, the crown to me is the wise woman. She is the she's very wise and very, very leveled up. This is where you are when you say to somebody, I know where I'm going. You are in the place you need to be in because you have already made the decisions and you will go with the creator, whether it, whoever it is. I've been referring to as I am, because we are like them. We are like our creator because nothing was before him. The woman who understands her true nature, be aware of your choices, be unafraid to walk your path alone. A life of your own design, untapped power and potential, a fertile and productive future, a childless state. Be unbound and unapologetic. Respect and cherish your elders. That direct and forthright approach is needed. Do what's necessary, not what's expected. If it is time to be fierce and fight back, then be fierce and fight back. Um, the crone is like the wizard, the female wizard, or it could be a wizard, a male. It could be either or. But she is very powerful and she watches over us. She's always looking at us going, why did you just do that? Are you serious? I always ask myself that sometimes. Why did you just do that? Now, the crone has the Seven of Swords with her, and that is loss. Ooh, and I had this feeling through this whole thing that it was loss. Protect your assets and examine the motives of others carefully. Be on your guard. Thief to negative people, insecurity, intuition, mistrust, decisions, and protection. Yes, be very careful. She knows. Listen from within for this situation because it's not good. It's loss. Somewhere down the road, we're gonna do something and we're gonna lose. So just be careful right now. Okay. There was a few other cards that came out, and I decided to keep them because they were interesting. We got the Emperor. Stability, structure, protection, authority, control, focus, and discipline. When you see him in a reading, a possible interpretation is that you could be put in charge of something important. It could be a position at work or or in any kind of organization or intuition that desperately needs order and a clear, decisive mind. I like how that come out because if your mind is cluttered, you can't hear anything. You can't, nothing can penetrate when you're really wound for about something and listening and listening and listening. We got one more card, and this one flew out with the Emperor, and I had to keep it because it is Zero, the Fool, and it is April Fool's Day. Beginnings, freedom, innocence, originality, adventure, idealism, and spontaneously. To see the Fool generally means the beginning of a new journey, one filled with optimism and freedom from the usual constraints in life. To encounter the Fool is in a reading can also be interpreted as a summons to the adventurous and daring aspect of your own personality. He instills bravery because he reorganizes that every day is an opportunity to explore uncharted territories in your life. I really like that reading tonight, and I'll have it on here in a little while. It's 1:34 in the morning my time. I wanted to get it done because I've been very busy lately, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything right now. So I just wanted to do a reading for my peeps, and I love you all very much. May every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Everything we are searching for is within us. And you know what? All I can say is as you're having that magical journey, just be you.